Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but before that, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Steelers QB Justin Fields has AFC suitor with mutual intrigue, insider. If the Pittsburgh Steelers aren't proactive over the next few weeks, they could end up losing quarterback Justin Fields in NFL free agency. On Monday, February 17, ESPN NFL insider Jeremy Fowler reported that the New York Jets are becoming a sleeper option for Fields if he makes it to the open market, via Bleacher Report. The Jets could have some interest in Fields. They like the idea of a dual-threat quarterback. He's younger, Fowler stated on SportsCenter. I'm told Fields has looked at that roster, sees some intrigue there too. They have some good young pieces, like Garrett Wilson, and a good defense. The mutual interest is particularly concerning for the Steelers, who still view Fields as a potential starting quarterback candidate for 2025 and beyond. And to make matters worse, Fowler relayed that Fields is going to be a pretty hot name in free agency, generally speaking. Per the ESPN insider, Fields is still open to a return to the Steelers as well. He had a good experience there, Fowler noted. The belief is that Pittsburgh is also open to that too, but he wants a clean runway to start a full season. He didn't get that last year. He would like to be the guy wherever he goes. The belief is that the Jets would give Fields that opportunity after publicly moving on from Aaron Rodgers, making them a very serious threat to the Steelers in free agency. When it comes to both Fields and 2024 starter Russell Wilson, the Steelers still hold all the cards. For most of the offseason, it's been reported that if Pittsburgh were to provide either QB, but not both QBs, with a fair offer to re-sign as the full-time starter before free agency, they'd likely accept. Steelers owner and president Art Rooney too seemingly confirmed that the franchise would prefer to move forward with one of the two as well, although Pittsburgh has yet to announce which one. Based on that, it would stand to reason that the Steelers could still retain Fields before a team like the Jets ever gets the chance to sign him. They just have to choose to do so, aka commit. We'll see if Pittsburgh makes any clear move to do that over the final 2 weeks of February. If the Steelers were really concerned that they might lose Fields, while also deciding that they want to move forward with him as the starter, they could always franchise tag him. However, according to former Steelers cornerback-turned-analyst Bryant McFadden, this should be the last-case scenario. You've got to find a way to negotiate, most importantly, because the tag for a quarterback is around $40 million, McFadden said on CBS Sports HQ. I think you can get Justin Fields, if you were to extend him, at a lesser rate. The current consensus around the league is that McFadden is correct. Fields will not garner a market that gets him anything close to $40 million per year, but it's still unclear if he'll make a salary closer to $10 million or $30 million. Either way, if the Steelers decide they want Fields, they should iron out the details of an extension before the franchise tag deadline. If they're willing to risk losing him, they could let him test his market in free agency. First quarterback option comes off the board as market heats up for Steelers. The first quarterback domino has fallen in the market, even if it is not a significant one. Andy Dalton is returning to the Carolina Panthers for a 2-year, $8 million contract. At most, he would have been a backup option for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but it illustrates that teams are lining up their ducks in the quarterback market. For the Steelers, it signals the time to start negotiating with players like Justin Fields and Russell Wilson, who are both candidates the team would like to return in 2025. Their markets could throw off the math for the Steelers if they hit open free agency, which is why they would like to get a deal done before March 12. Dalton started 6 games for the Panthers in 2024, but after an injury forced him to miss time, he never regained the job after Bryce Young's resurgence throughout the season. Still, he will be in Carolina as a dependable backup quarterback and is one of the top options for teams that wanted a steady, veteran backup. Latest Steelers quarterback rumor is what nightmares are made of. We pray this last resort QB option for the Steelers is nothing more than a rumor. If you were hoping the Pittsburgh Steelers would improve their quarterback situation in 2025, you might want to shield your eyes after the latest rumor. Going from a lackluster combination of Kenny Pickett, Mitch Trubisky, and Mason Rudolph to Russell Wilson and Justin Fields was a notable improvement on paper. Sadly, this combination still wasn't good enough to muster up a playoff win. Now we could be entering late resort territory at the quarterback position. On February 18, Andrew Filipponi of 93.7 The Fan suggested that the Steelers could be interested in former Giants and Vikings quarterback Daniel Jones. The Steelers could do a lot worse than Jones, Filipponi posted on X, quoting from his source. This is the last thing every fan wanted to see. There are plenty of Steelers fans who would be fine bringing in Daniel Jones as a backup quarterback, but if the plan is for him to lead this team as a starter in 2025, this would bring next-level mediocrity to Pittsburgh. Jones, a former first-round pick of the Giants, has been underwhelming each of his past 5 seasons in New York, never managing more than passing touchdowns in a season since his rookie campaign. Jones has a career record of 22-44-1 and led his team to a 3-13 record when starting each of the past 2 seasons before finally getting released by the Giants and signing with the Vikings as a reserve QB late in the 2024 season. It gets worse. Jones, an uber-conservative quarterback by nature, has thrown a mere 10 touchdown passes while chipping in 13 interceptions since the 2022 season, and his adjusted yards per attempt have not exceeded 5.62 since 2022. With a lack of big play ability, Jones is the definition of a game manager. The Steelers must do better, and while there aren't a variety of options to pick from, Pittsburgh would be better off running it back with Justin Fields or Russell Wilson in 2025 if Jones was the only other option. Jones' lack of aggressiveness would also feed into Mike Tomlin's conservative game plan, making this team just good enough to earn another .500 record while once again falling short in the postseason. If they don't get better at quarterback, the Steelers would benefit from a more polarizing player like Zach Wilson or Trey Lance. At least rolling with one of these QBs could offer more excitement and could result in bottoming out, allowing Pittsburgh to select a quarterback high in the 2026 NFL Draft. We all witnessed how many years the Cincinnati Bengals were in quarterback limbo with Andy Dalton at the helm, and Daniel Jones is cut from the same cloth. Unless the Pittsburgh Steelers bring Jones on as a backup only, fans should want no part of this nightmare scenario at QB in 2025. And you, fan? What do you think of Daniel Jones' situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.